So this show premiered in January 23rd, 1985. I scoured the internet of the Dayton Daily News through many, many newspapers looking to see, like, oh, okay, January 23rd, that shit got to be on. January, nope. February, no. March, no. April. I didn't find that shit until January, or until September of freaking 1985. So much like as Hutch has implied that, Cool Ranch Doritos was introduced in the black community early and not out to the mainstream public, we did not get Thundercats early, Hutch.
No, in summer of 85 or September 1985 was my senior year in high school, or at least the start of it. So yeah.
And you're saying that there was no cartoons on the agenda?
If I didn't want to meet, well, I kind of whatever. Molly and her 5 friends, yeah, good talk about fucking Thundercats.
So that was middle school for us, right?
Yeah, it's middle school. Yeah, like I was thinking about this. This is probably on the cusp of us actually meeting.
Yeah.
Like this would have been around. Well, not here, but probably like.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you I was watching Thundercats.
Exactly.
Like this was super secret decoder ring shit.
Let's keep it real, nigga. You didn't even have cable, so I don't know what you was watching to begin with. So
what's up?
Yeah, it's awful. So,
what is on 46? What channel was it?
It was on channel, I think 19. So the channel out of Cincinnati. So even for us, well, we would have had cable, but maybe a year or two prior to that, we would have had the rabbit ears out trying to adjust that for 2. So that's what I was saying. What else is on? So we're at our middle school. So you had to write. Okay, so let's do a historical lesson here. For you people that grew up where we were. So, our city schools did segregation the right way.
After I remember seeing some people protest when I was segregated.
That's not what I meant. But I was saying, so what they did is that kids that lived on the white side of town for middle school were bused to the black side of town.
School. I mean, it was middle school, but first grade, I got put on a bus.
Well, yeah, like I think you got alternated years, like where you got bused to the other side of town and vice versa, and that's how we grew up too. But then middle school,
Shiloh.
Middle school. Then
I was like 3rd grade for me.
Yeah. So middle school, you got bused all the way out there, and then high school, the blacks got bused out to the white schools.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure it was flipped for half the population.
Yeah. So.
They didn't shut down the schools on each side.
But for us, for middle school, again, I only remember this specifically is because I used to be able to get out. Like ours, middle school got out at 2:00, and I was able to walk or run home because I had a paper route then. And then my whole thing was try to deliver my entire paper route, pick up my papers, do everything, and then deliver all my papers and get home before Voltron came on at 3:30. Like that was me. So you had to be on the bus. So you had obviously a different time frame trying to get home. But I would say at a minimum of 3:30 or so, that's when we were starting to watch our shows. So, I mean, look at what's on. I mean, I said the group chat, we were eating pretty good there for a bit. There's some great shows on here. Yeah. I mean, He-Man's on.
Come on. I'm sorry. You need to back up.
Come on.
You just said great shows, and then the next thing out of your mouth was He-Man.
Right. He-Man is worse than this.
That's fair.
He-Man doesn't hold up because it always sucked.
I'm just saying, okay.
The art is sucky.
Well, yeah. Y'all didn't watch that reboot with Kevin Smith?
No.
No.
Actually, the She-Ra Princess Power show was great. It was phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm going to throw that out there. The new one.
Noted. All right. Anything that you see though, Hutch, like you would have been coming home after me.
I came home
4:00 or so.
If I came home about 4-ish.
The one thing I saw in here was this Happy Days Again, and apparently that was just a name for syndicated Happy Days. That wasn't like a
word. Okay.
Because I was like, was that the Joni? Like, what kind of reboot was that? But yeah, no, it was like an alternate title.
Now this is our local hometown too. There's a lot of country shit on and farm reports that I obviously wasn't watching because I
should have been doing homework looking at half of this shit, but I didn't do that either.
So what is a non-cable life like, Brother Beavis? Because okay, so we have cable, so we can get 19. Channel 64 was not on the cable box at that time.
We might have had cable by then because, when did that X-Men show? Because I would have had to see. Then I was watching wrestling. Well, was that though?
Yeah, I don't know. It would have been close.
I think by then we were probably because we would periodically get it, whenever it was free or whatever. I think probably by this time we were probably had it going forward, that green box with the slider or whatever. But I will say that the biggest one of the biggest non-cable memories I have was trying to catch Flash Gordon out of Cincinnati upstairs on the black and white TV, which was on black and white TV, and just you get it in the most uncomfortable position possible with the antenna, and then you let go and you lose the signal. I don't have the endurance to my shoulders cannot take 22 minutes of this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, so 3:30. I'll say no to He-Man, Super Friends on, Inspector Gadget.
I would have watched. I would have definitely watched Superman or Super Friends at 3:30.
Yeah,
that would have been the
Super Inspector Gadget. I know people like that show. I never got into Inspector Gadget at all. And then
Inspector Gadget came on Sundays. I remember it being on Sundays when there was nothing else on, and I would watch it just because.
Right. So there's my Voltron that's saying it at 4:00 here. I remember 3:30, but whatever. I mean, and then you see some of the other things.
Cars on Friday.
Yeah, Star Blazers was on, but that was on Channel 64. I mean that. Yeah, we were doing all right, man. Yeah. And again, I know I wasn't doing any homework. I pretty much would come home and watch whatever this was until Ma told us we couldn't watch it anymore.
Right. Or the video game or something with something.
Yeah.
Go play tennis or something.
So, yeah, I'm just saying. There were other things on. This is probably why I did not watch this particular show. Because it was probably on time. Something else that I liked was on, and there was no DVRs back then, folks. Just VCRs.
A lot of VHS.